Hey guys, I'm gonna make a short video discussing the reason why I would not buy the Oz machine Roosevelt. I believe someone actually asked me if I liked that knife recently, and I mentioned that I would make a short video just discussing why. Very simply, let's start off like this. Um, Oz Machine Company makes very high quality products. I've handled and fondled many Roosevelts. That's that's their that's their that's their mainstay, right? That's the product that put them on the map. Now they have the XL, they have a pen. I don't know if they have anything else in the works. I forget the owner's name. He's a really nice guy. I've spoke to him many times, seen him at Blade, spoke with him. Um, Super friendly guy. Looks like he's got a great staff of people as well. Made in the U.S. I love that. And I love supporting those makers, as I've recommended that to you before. But I still have my principles too. And I just want to share. So I believe the owner said that Teddy Roosevelt was his favorite president. Okay, that's why he named that model the Roosevelt. I don't have the Roosevelt in front of me, obviously, but I have some other eye candy for you to enjoy in the meantime. So the reason was the research that I've done, and you won't find this in your normal history books, guys. You have to dig deep. But Teddy Roosevelt started the progressive movement, okay? He's not the president that people make him out to be. He's not someone, in my opinion, that you would laud over, right? From my understanding and research, he believed in a superior race, and it's troubling, right? I'm not saying or comparing him to Hitler or Stalin or even Mao, but just the fact that he was part of the whole progressive movement to begin with, right? And that has trickled down to what we have today. You know, it's turned into a Marxist party, communist, the whole nine. It's just pure evil. But yeah, that's really the reason why. And I don't think that many people know that. To be honest, I really think it's sad that there's so much out there that is not really um, available to the public, because history unfortunately has been changed over the years, especially as of late with all the despicable curriculums that they have nowadays. First it was Common Core, then it was, I don't even know, critical race theory, and everything else under the sun is just, it's all sick. It's all meant to brainwash our children and us, right? But I just want to share that, I understand. He said that's his favorite president, the owner of Oz Machine Company, but, got to do your own research. He's, like I said, he's not a president that you would really, in my opinion, admire. Not someone like Abraham Lincoln or Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. Actually, you want to know who was an amazing president and doesn't get any credit? Look into the history of Calvin Coolidge during the 1920s. Amazing president. And a little fun fact was that Ronald Reagan, an amazing president, was actually a huge fan of Calvin Coolidge, and actually learned during his presidency. It was one of his mentors. Obviously, they were, like 60 years apart, but he studied him and researched him and kind of modeled his, in a way, models from him in his presidency. Ronald Reagan did from Calvin Coolidge. Check him out. Highly recommended. And thank God that President Trump is doing such a good job. So grateful for that. But yeah, that's about it. I just want to say this, guys, that just because somebody makes a good product doesn't mean that I'm going to buy it, right? I said I have principles, okay? I'm the type of person that cares about what the name or the meaning is behind the name of a product, right? If it's a demonic name, or it's an evil name, or it's insinuating something that's lewd or vulgar or whatever, if it's promoting witchcraft, if it's just something that's a ridiculous and stupid name, any of those reasons, I'm not going to buy it. Okay? I know a lot of people don't care, but I do. And I stand by that proudly. I'm not going to endorse something that has any of those backings behind it, or any of those connotations, or any of those links to why the person created a name of that nature, and I've gotten rid of knives because of that very reason, because I've had them and I didn't realize what they were, and then I looked them up and I'm like, oh, okay. Do your own research. Don't be a robot. Don't be sheep. Anyway, I'm curious if others feel the same way, but I'm sure the majority do not. So I know I'm in the minority, but that's okay. So, yeah, that's the main reason. Trying to think if there was anything else there to add. But like I said, guys, do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Okay? Check it out yourself. Thanks for watching.